L&M Fine Jewelry, we hand select our diamonds to give you the very best prices possible. Monty knows a great deal when he finds one. Find your great deal at L&M Fine Jewelry.
Your diamond destination.
Welcome, everybody, to Under the Helmet with Samuel Akem, presented by Skyline Sports from the press box. I appreciate you guys all for being here. Thank you, guys. I'm joined by the Grizz running backs right here, and I'm joined with Beau Dantic. We're going to go through his career and how he's got here and became a Grizz running back and all that good stuff. I know we got some football games going on, so you guys feel free to keep cheering. If something good happens, we can take a look at the game. That happened before when the what game was it? You guys remember when they hit the Hail Mary? Jake Daniels, when they hit the Hail Mary, fans went crazy in here. We took a second to look at it. So thank you guys for all being here. Okay, so I want to get into our first segment, Beau. First is called the mental timeout. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How was your week?
It was good.
What was good about it?
We got a.
He's number one. You got it? Okay. How was your week? My bad.
You working? There we go. It was good.
Yeah.
Came out with a win.
Yeah.
That was good. It was a good week of prep, and I was just glad we came out on top.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything significant that happened to you this week?
No, I wouldn't say anything major.
No.
It was just a just a good week of prep and everything like that.
Any big tests, anything like that?
No, not yet. I got a couple coming up, but we're good right now.
What are you studying?
Business.
Business? Okay.
Yeah.
Any specificity? Any specific with that or anything?
Management.
Management?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next, I want to get into backfield beginnings. So you're from Laurel, correct?
Yep.
Is that where you were born and raised?
Yeah.
Okay. So how was your upbringing from Laurel?
It was good. It was fun. I loved everything about it, I'd say.
Yeah. What was fun about it?
I don't know. I'd say I was always like I don't know if it's different anywhere else, but I was always outside and pretty active and just doing stuff. I didn't really play a ton of video games growing up. No. I don't even really today.
No?
No. I did a little bit, but about early middle school or around there, I was kind of playing some video games here and there, and I was kind of pushing off school.
Yeah.
And then my dad kind of set me straight on that. So then I just kind of got back to doing more active things outside, and I just haven't really been into video games since.
Yeah.
I do with I'll play video games here and there with friends, but I don't have my own.
You don't have a
console
system?
or anything. Mm-mm.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know.
So what do you like? Are you a hunter? What do you like doing outside?
Yeah. Well, I haven't done a lot of hunting since I came to college, but I did all that growing up: hunting, fishing, hiking.
Yeah.
Just pretty much any outdoor stuff, like camping, all that sort of thing. So.
Okay. Nice. So I want to talk about your growing up playing sports. Did you play all the sports? Did you play a few sports? What were you like as a kid in sports?
So growing up, I did. Let's see. I kind of did a few different. I started playing football in 4th grade, and I did football, wrestling, a little bit here and there, and then basketball throughout middle school, and track middle school on through high school. So.
What would you say as a kid you loved the most? What sport?
Definitely football.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what is it? I know they got NYF out here. What do you guys got in Laurel?
It's YYF. It's Yellowstone Youth Football.
Okay. So you guys playing was it? You guys are close to Billings, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You guys playing any Billings teams or anything like that?
Yeah. So it was kind of split up. Just I don't even know how to describe it, but what we always played of the top team we played. I don't know how it was split up with all the teams.
Yeah.
But from what I remember and the guys that I grew up knowing, we always played Billings West.
Yeah.
And that was the team that we always played against. That was pretty good. But they had teams around the area that they put together.
Yeah.
Columbus had a team, and they were I'd say 30 to 40 minutes away from Billings, and they had a team, and I think Big Timber might have had a team too, which would be about an hour from there.
Coach
but
Alex home.
yeah, so there was a couple, but a lot of like split up like little Billings areas that were on teams.
So did you play on the same youth team from like the second you started playing until your last year in youth ball?
Yeah.
You guys pretty good?
It was the same group. Yeah, we were always pretty good.
Yeah. Is it Pop Warner? Are you guys calling yourselves like the Cowboys? Or were you guys?
So it started out as like a different league. They had to change the league, and it was like the Chiefs. It was always like NFL teams up, but we were like the Laurel team was always the Chiefs, and then they changed it, and they wanted the team that you were most likely to go to high school playing. They wanted the colors to be similar, so we were the Ravens from there on out. So those are the two teams that I played on.
Did you guys win any championships? Anything?
Yeah, we won like it was called the Rocky Bowl.
The Rocky Bowl?
Yeah,
like the championship?
Yeah, it's like it was a like 6th grade deal, and I don't know for sure how it works in Missoula. I know there's like a championship deal that they do in the stadium or something.
They played the stadium.
So like what we did in Billings was at Rocky Mountain College.
Yep.
They're on their field, and it was considered the Rocky Bowl.
Okay.
So
you think that was like pretty cool playing on the
well, at the time, yeah, we thought it was awesome because I think the field, like on those little fields you play on, like normally were like shorter or something. Like the dimensions were smaller and everything. So we like obviously it was cool to play like on turf and in a stadium, and it was like a bigger field.
Yep.
And I mean, at that age, you're just super excited to play for the championship.
Right.
So.
Did you guys win?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
So.
Is that just one championship or multiple?
We got there. I think we got the year before we got there and we lost, and then the next year we won. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. How do you think your hometown community kind of shaped you into who you are today?
I thought it was I'd say we just took like sports pretty serious.
Yeah.
Because like what I always compared it to growing up for me, like Billings had a lot of different schools, and you could start out going to a different middle school and then end up going to this high school, this one. Yeah. And for us, it was like when you grew up there, you went to middle school with the same guys, and you went to high school with the same guys, and it was all like in the same group.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just almost like, I don't know if anyone would disagree from Billings, but like a stronger community just because you grew up with the same guys all the way through.
It's funny you mentioning that because you guys are playing against Billings in the
yep, exactly.
Man, it's kind of crazy to think about how close Laurel and Billings are to each other. And has that happened before, Billings and
the only other time was my junior year in the championship.
And what happened?
And we won.
Okay.
But
was that your only state championship in high school?
It was the only one I won. We were in 2 other ones that we lost. My sophomore and senior year.
Who were those 2? My
sophomore year was Miles City, and it was not a close game. They beat us pretty bad, but then junior year went great, and then senior year was it was Hamilton.
Yeah.
And they beat us by.
Is that Rostad?
Yeah.
Which one, Tyson or Carson?
Tyson.
Tyson? Okay.
Yeah. And I live with Tyson, so it's kind of funny. We always joke about it every once in a while if we ever like talk about how our teams are doing right now.
Right? But Hamilton's they're having trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
So talk about your freshman year of high school football. Were you did you play as a freshman? Did you guys have freshman ball? What was that like?
So we had like we had it was like a JV, but we called it Froshmore.
Yep.
So I played mainly all of that, and then I was on varsity and did like all the special teams my freshman year, and I was on like, I can't remember how it went. I was on like I think two or three of the special teams already, and one of my buddies in like our game, the like JV game right before, got hurt, and I had to get put on everything. It was the first time ever playing varsity, and I was freaking out. But it was fun. It was a fun experience.
Do you remember that first like big play in high school?
I don't remember the first like big play, but I remember the like I was on kick return, and it was my first ever like varsity anything, you know. And I just remember them like playing Thunderstruck, AC/DC, and I was just lined up, and I was on the front line to block, and I remember I thought that was the most nervous I've ever been in my entire life, but it was totally fine.
Yeah.
It just happens.
I remember when I was a young guy and I played my first varsity game. I remember the lights were just so bright, like under the lights, all those fans, people you grew up with.
Yeah.
Kind of like it was for you.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like when you grow up watching it, just like Grizz games, you grow up watching it, and you just would love to do that and get nervous thinking about it and all that stuff. But yeah, it was the same sort of thing. I was like super excited, but really nervous. Yeah.
It's like a split. So sophomore year, what goes on your sophomore year?
So sophomore year, I played like a little bit here and there on defense, and I was the backup for our running back that year.
Yep.
And I still just did everything for special teams again, and like that year wasn't too bad, and we made it to the championship. I was totally happy with that. But like personally, it was kind of tough because I was like, obviously wanted to play, but I mean, I wasn't like gonna complain about it or anything.
Right.
It was just like right on the edge sort of deal. So that one was still fun. It was really good. But
did you ever talk to your coach as to what you could have done better to play that year, or was there ever discussions like that?
Well, I not really discussed that. I just kind of did what I could when he wanted me to go in and sort of thing. And I played a decent amount on defense that year, and I was like a nickel.
Nickel? Okay.
Yeah. So
defensive back?
Yeah. So it was it was fun, but that was kind of what I was more excelling at that time, just because I was getting more like chances to do it, I guess. But I don't know. We didn't really discuss it that much. We talked about it a little bit after, and because that like defensive coordinator was done, and then it was like there was nothing wrong with it. It was just a thing we just talked about later, like all good things, you know.
So at this point, are you getting recruited at all? Are you thinking college? Are you going to camps or anything? Going into your junior year, or what are your thoughts regarding college at that point?
Going into my junior year, I wasn't talking to anyone then. I was just kind of really focusing on
high school.
Yeah.
That. When in that spot?
I was going into that, trying to think. I'm getting mixed up in my head. I wanted to, after my sophomore year of football, because that was right before COVID happened.
Oh, I forget you guys, man.
That's what I was thinking of in my head. So I was like, well, I want to try to just see if I can do better and get some better times in track and stuff like that. So I really tried to do a lot of like off-season training, and like my freshman year, I did wrestling in the winter, and that wasn't too bad. I thought it was fun and everything, and I was contemplating doing basketball again. And then I wanted to just kind of focus on like working on my speed and stuff like that. So I met with my track coach and was able to do like off-season stuff with him and a couple other guys that want to do the same thing. And we got that going, which was like great, and I felt great going into that season. And we just got like this. That we had the same weight room in Laurel for like forever. And
you guys got a new weight room?
We got a new one right at the end of that winter, and it opened right then. And I got to go in it and check it out on like a Sunday, right before track was about to start. And when I walked out of the doors after we saw our new facility, we got a text saying that we were going to have track off for the next 2 weeks because of the COVID-19. And we were like, I mean, at that time we were excited just for no school for 2 weeks. Then we didn't realize what we got ourselves into, and then then the season got canceled, and that was kind of a hard pill to swallow with track. So I was kind of like, I knew I didn't get a lot of, like I couldn't get a lot of film up for football at the time, so I kind of wanted to be like, okay, if I can get good times coming, that'd be good going into the next football season. So then that happened, and I was just like, okay, now I just got to focus on football for the next season. And that went well. It was just like as we all know, how hard it was following all the rules with like being around people and working out. That was just, I'd say, kind of like noxious, but we got through it and it went really well. But yeah, junior year was
Did you guys
a
finish
lot
school
better.
that year, or how did that work? Because you got
We
to school
did
after
it.
2 weeks.
Laurel did it like we just tried to move stuff online into like a Zoom.
Okay.
But
It was.
I really, I wish I could do like right when that was over. I wish I could have did that over again because, I mean, like once you're familiar with using like your computer and all that for like online classes and stuff. Like at the time, I've never even done that, so I didn't want to do any of my work, and I was really bad with getting stuff done on time when I didn't have to be there. But
now do you wish it was back?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how I didn't at that time. It was so easy.
Do you have a lot of online classes now at the U?
I only have one right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so junior year. So now talk about your junior year. That was sophomore going into the junior year. What was that season like? Because that was still heavy COVID and. Yeah.
So junior year was like something we kind of like as our like team always kind of looked forward to because it was like a. So for Laurel, we always like your first year you actually get to play for Laurel was middle school. And
like you get to play up. Like suit up. You're not playing.
Like the team you're on actually says Laurel. It's not like not the Ravens or whatever. And it's through the middle school.
Okay. And
so
you're playing against other local middle schools and stuff.
Yeah, just like that. So that was like obviously kind of exciting, but you weren't really doing anything different yet. But I remember like when we were little, the class above me, we always argued over who was better. Like we had that little argument like you always have when you're growing up. And the team above me was really good, and so going into my junior year, they're seniors, and we were really looking forward to our two classes, like being together, seeing what we could do together. And our just our workouts and everything went great. So that season came around and we just kind of took off just as well as we'd hoped we did, and it went great all the way to the end.
What was your guys' record that year?
We had one loss on the year, and it was to Billings Central in the regular season. And they beat us by a touchdown, I think, and so going through the playoffs. So going through the playoffs, we met up with the beginning, which was awesome. So then we won the championship that year, and everything was awesome.
Junior year. So what was the position battle like? Because you mentioned your sophomore year, you're kind of in a battle. Second string guy, not too happy. Junior year, did you win the job? Or?
So junior year was like right when the game was over, our coach came up to me and pulled me aside and said to be ready to go for the next season for running back, and I'll be one of our main guys, so just to be prepared for it. So I already kind of knew it going in, but I was already hoping throughout that year that the next year was what I was going to go for. So that wasn't an issue, and defense was the same way. I had both sealed pretty well, but I'd say at that time I couldn't decide what I liked more between offense and defense.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I loved defense, but I had so much fun on offense, but I just loved how I don't know, as basic as I could say it, I just loved hitting people. It was just fun. And
so what ended up?
I got a lot of energy out of it, and I loved just getting riled up with the guys and stuff like that.
So what ended up causing you to choose that you liked offense better?
I don't know. I was kind of in between just throughout high school, but I figured I could do a lot more just with speed. With the ball in my hands. So, and I've obviously learned a ton from that. But I don't know. I think I just had more fun once I could do something with the ball in my hands. Once I was a senior and kind of learned that about myself. But junior year, I don't know. It was definitely a toss. So
so senior year, recruiting. Talk about recruiting. Talk about how the season went. Just how that whole senior season kind of went for you.
So after my junior year, it was I know it was around the winter. I got a text, or how did that go? I got a text from no, Coach Sachs.
Ah,
Yeah, and
he was here in 22, right?
Yep.
Okay.
He was here one more year when I first got here. So, yeah, and I loved Coach Sachs. He was awesome. But
what did he say?
he just said he like called me he texted me and said he wanted to like, or he was gonna keep his eye on me and all this stuff. And I was obviously really excited because like growing up, that was my like ultimate goal. And
Play for the Grizz?
Yeah, and around like the same time, I got a couple phone calls from Carroll. I got one from Carroll, and I got an offer from them. And Mary, where Schillinger's at now.
Is that South or North Dakota?
North Dakota, I think.
Yeah. That's where
Schillinger.
you played with. Well, Schillinger's there, but you played with Eli too, right? Alford. Was he here in 20?
Yeah, he was his last year, my first year. Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, so I got an offer from them, and I got an offer from Carroll, and I was talking to a couple of her like NAIAs in Montana.
Yeah.
But I never really wanted to. I didn't want to go out of state at all.
No.
No, I loved Montana, so I no matter what I did, I definitely wanted to stay in state. And
did you want to get out of like the Laurel area?
Yeah. I was totally fine with going. I didn't want to be in Billings.
Right.
But I wanted to go somewhere else, but not out of state.
Montana.
Yeah. So
if the Bobcats were to show interest, you could have went there.
They did show interest for a little while, and I went on a visit there, and that was really weird for the family, just because that's against the rules in the family. But I remember like they did like a when you like a photo shoot thing.
Yeah.
And that was so weird. I couldn't.
Pictures?
Probably somewhere. I don't know. Someone else probably has them, but.
Oh man.
Yeah, I remember.
Think about it, maybe maybe.
I kind of did, but I just couldn't really. Like even if school would have worked out, I don't think I could have wrapped my head around doing it. So that was just. And one of my best friends, like growing up, that I did, and I'm still good friends with now. He was there. He didn't play there anymore, but he was committing there, and he was a year older than me.
Yeah.
So
he's trying to recruit you.
When that's going on, he's just in my ear the whole time. I'm like, dude, you know how we grew up. It's not gonna happen. Like, no way.
So is your family like the type to where you guys got like Grizz memorabilia all over the wall and stuff?
Yep.
Signed stuff. You know, did you guys go to a lot of games?
Yeah. Went to a lot of games growing up. So, and I've went to one single before I had to go for like with the team.
Yeah.
Like as an actual fan, I've only gone to one game in Bozeman, and that'll never happen again.
No?
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever go. Even if we were playing them like down the road as a fan, I don't know if I'm going in there.
Why?
I don't know. I just
don't want to.
It's just kind of a rule I made for myself.
So you guys didn't really go to Cat Grizz in Bozeman?
Nope.
No.
We did a couple in Missoula, but it was just kind of a rule I made for myself.
Okay, I respect it. I respect it.
In the Treasure State, University of Montana football is a way of life. Lithia Ford has long been a proud sponsor of Grizz football, and Lithia Ford of Missoula is thrilled to have several of the best Montana football seniors driving the best trucks in Montana. Aspen Sound is the premier car audio and accessory shop in Montana. Aspen Sound makes sure the boys are riding in style with tinted windows and state-of-the-art stereo systems. There's always a party in Montana. Whether you're going to a concert, a wedding, or a football game, the Montana Party Bus will get you there. Skyline Sports and ESPN MT cover the Big Sky with more depth than anyone. Check out SkylineSportsMT.com and tune in to Nuanez Now on 1029 ESPN Missoula every day. My Montana Roots and Wear Your Roots clothing is your go-to spot for the most unique and comfortable lifestyle clothing you'll find anywhere. And get your custom t-shirts to support your favorite player. From 5 local businesses who love Montana, best of luck to the Grizz as they pursue another Big Sky Conference championship.
Okay. So you said Sachs texted you during your senior season. When did that conversation kind of advance into?
So when he kind of made like a more of a serious phone call with me about like how they're like staff really likes me and things like that. So this is kind of a funny story. I remember it so well. It was kind of late in the evening at home, and I looked at my phone, and I had a phone call from an unknown caller.
Yeah.
And I just kind of brushed it off. And my mom was telling me to take the trash out.
Yeah.
So I'm holding the trash, and I got a voicemail that it was Coach Sachs. And
Why did he call you on an unknown number?
I don't know, but I don't know how it went. Somehow it was unknown, and when it popped up, I didn't know, and I dropped the trash in the middle of the kitchen and went up into the bathroom, and I was pacing around, and I remember I was sweating so bad,
Because you had missed the call?
Yeah, well, I was just kind of didn't know what it was going to be about at that time either.
Yeah.
Because I was
Is this mid-season senior year?
This was right before senior year still.
Okay.
So.
Did you do Grizz Camp?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And funny story about Grizz Camp, I remember Eli at it really well.
Yeah.
But we had no idea who each other were, but I remember we were in the same group.
Yeah.
And I remember I was talking to I kind of talked to Eli a little bit, but I couldn't believe he was 18.
Yeah, man. He looks way older than 21.
This guy's 30. There's no way. But no.
So you get that phone call, you're pacing.
Yeah, I'm pacing around, and he said they're really interested, and he'll keep me updated on what they want to do and stuff like that, and they'll keep in touch with me throughout my senior year.
Yep.
And I'm just trying to I don't want to do bad in the next few games, but I'm also I don't want to try to do too much.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was trying to just block it out of my mind, but still I gotta have a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyways, that progresses a little bit, and everything's going good. And I played Billings Central in the regular season at my senior year, and that was probably my best game of the year.
What'd you do?
I had 28 carries for 200 yards and a touchdown. But
Did you guys win?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
And the next weekend, I went to I can't remember if it was Dixie State? I think they're
Dixie State in Utah?
In Missoula. It was 21.
21?
Yeah,
Dixie State. They came. That's before they were Utah
That
State.
was my game day visit.
Yeah.
And I talked with Coach Houck on the field, and everything went well.
Yeah.
And that's when I was I didn't get an offer or anything, or anything like that. It was just kind of keep doing what you're doing. Everything's going good, and we really like you and stuff like that. So I was really hyped after that. But so season goes on. We're right after we win the semifinal game. I got a call from Coach Sachs again, and he told me, and I'm I'm a walk-on, and he told me, he offered me that opportunity and stuff like that, and I told him I was freaking out just to have that chance to do what I've always wanted to do and stuff. That I'd talk to my parents just because of that, just to make sure I'm it'd be something we're okay with doing and all that stuff. And they were totally on board right away. It was a super cool thing for my family and stuff, because we've taken that so serious growing up. And
grew up watching them, man.
Yeah, so it was a really cool thing there. But,
So when you first get on campus, what was that first day like? Have you probably dreamed about playing for the Grizz? Probably dreamed about what was that first day moving into the dorms? You're man, I'm here.
I was super excited but really nervous at the same time.
Nervous for
Because
what?
the reason I was nervous was I don't know, some things when I start something new, obviously some people get nervous about things they don't know what to expect, And I was excited to see how things were ran. And just getting the rhythm of things.
Inside track.
But what I was nervous about, I was way more nervous than I needed to be about school. And I was kind of nervous because coming in, I didn't really know anyone in my class really at all.
Knew Eli.
Well, I barely knew him. Like I knew everyone from the visit, but
Right,
like I didn't know him growing up or anything. And like when we played in our we had the Montana East-West Shrine game or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like the only guy in the East, and everyone else from the West, so I didn't really know them other than like kind of remembering people playing like travel basketball and stuff. I remember some of the Missoula guys just from that when I was like in 8th grade.
Yeah.
But I didn't. That was the only thing I was real nervous about. I was like, well, I hope that, like I'm pretty social, so it's not gonna be that hard. But like, I just hope things go well, and it was fine. It was fun. But
you said Eli was your roommate freshman?
Eli was my roommate for the visit.
Oh, okay.
But
You guys had roommates on the visits?
yeah, at the
Like official?
yeah, for the official visit.
Dang. Well, I was alone on my visit, so.
Yeah, it was. We were like just grouped up with 2 at a time at the DoubleTree.
Who was you guys' host?
Mine was Coulter Janicaro.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know Coulter. I don't think was Coulter here in 21? I think he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was Eli's? Did you guys not have the same host?
Eli had Marcus Knight.
Okay.
I think.
Anyway, so you get here. I want to go through one thing I want to go back to. Looking back at your journey, what are you most grateful for from your journey from freshman year in high school to finally making it on the Grizz, growing up being a Grizz fan, all that stuff? What are you most grateful for?
Just throughout the entire journey, like besides even football, is the people that I've met.
Yeah.
100%. Like I've learned so much, and I'm grateful for everything. But like, there's nothing can replace the people I've met, and I'll like know them for the rest of my life.
Yeah, for sure. What was that first practice like?
So,
Freshman?
me and Eli talk about this a lot. I'd say, not really I don't know if it was even considered the practice, but it was like the first real thing we like do like right before we start fall camp.
Like the ramp up?
Yeah, it's like
the jerseys?
Yeah, we're in the jerseys and we're in I think we're in the stadium or we're just doing like little stuff and like drills.
Yep.
But I remember like Eli was explaining when he was doing his last week, he was like, we were going a million miles an hour because we just wanted to go be perfect in everything we did, and just so nervous because, I mean, right off the bat, someone did something wrong in warm-ups and someone heard it, and we were like, oh, we gotta be perfect.
That made you guys super nervous.
Yeah,
You
so
guys didn't want to mess up at all.
But yeah, me and Eli talk about that still. Like today, I remember it so well. We were going through drills, just going as like obviously you still do drills like as good as you can, but we were doing too much in the
doing the
most.
most.
Yeah. But I'll never forget that.
So your first padded practice, what was that like?
I was more just like nervous on the mental side of things, like just because I didn't really, like you still didn't understand stuff, and like I feel like offensively, like you got to know what you're gonna do before you get the ball.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, I was just nervous on knowing what the plays were and what I needed to be doing.
Yeah.
And
everything's happening so much faster.
And that was the other thing, like I got told that by a lot of people before I came here, like that played or were playing. They were like, yeah, it's just the speed's just gonna be like way faster, so just be ready for that. And it's like hard to even expect, like know what's coming. It's so much faster from anything in high school, but yeah. So
okay, so I want to go through a day in the life. Walk us through your day-to-day routine, in season or out of season.
In season, I left at 7, so wake up, and I'm kind of the type, I got to get moving when I wake up. I can't get up and leave, or I'm going to be late.
So you do like some high knees or something?
No, not like that, but I got to get up probably. I set my alarm for 6:17.
6:17 exactly?
Exactly.
Is there a reason for that exact time?
No, but, well, whenever I set alarms, it's never like by 5, so I don't know why. I'm always like really random with my alarms.
Weird.
Yep, but...
So 6:17, you're up.
But, so I get up, and then I get dressed and make sure I have everything in my backpack, go to the facility, lift, and As of late, like sometimes going to the training room if I got anything that's like bugging me at all, but like lately I've been good. And then I have class Monday through Thursday from 9:30 to 12:30.
All day.
So, like, it's kind of nice to just get it out of the way, but it's kind of brutal.
You nap before practice?
No.
Nah?
I kind of hate napping before anything like that. Whenever I know I got something going on, I don't. No matter how tired I am, I can't. I'll just be thinking about it the whole time and like worried about oversleeping and stuff like that. But
dudes in the locker room, they let you oversleep.
I know. And you see guys sleeping all the time, and you don't know if they're like oversleeping or they're just taking their nap. I don't know. But yeah. So that then we get into our. I just kind of hang out in between that time before like meetings and stuff for about an hour, because that's right when like everyone starts rolling in for class, and that's like, I mean, that's when the fun times are in the locker room. Everyone hang out before practice.
Those are good times.
And then meetings, practice, and just go home after.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you a study hall guy? You got hours or no?
No, just freshman year.
Yeah.
Got out of it, thankfully.
Okay. Okay. Is there one thing you feel is ritual, whether it be daily, once a week, or only on game day, or vice versa? Is there something that you don't do on those days, weekly? Like 6/17?
I don't know. I'm thinking they're not really.
No.
I wouldn't say so.
No.
Okay. Not anything. I mean, if there is, I can't think of it right now.
Yeah.
But
you probably do it so much. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. If there is, I'm definitely not thinking about it. But
Sure.
Because I feel like my routine, since my school schedule is that similar, I feel like I'm doing the same thing every day on like school days and practice and all that. But no, as of right now, I'd say no. But I'll let you know. Think maybe.
Okay. How do you spend a perfect day off?
I'd say perfect day off would be just spending time with friends and watching football, or going, if family are in town, go to dinner, anything like that. And
family make it out here quite a bit?
Yeah.
Yep. That's good. Okay, I want to go inside the mind. What did you do in high school training-wise that you felt separated you from everyone else?
I'd say, I don't know if like it's really separated me, but I just focused more on like just not thinking about what I'm doing all the time, like not worrying about how often you're doing something. Just do it and like find something good out of it. Like instead of complaining about waking up all the time to work out, like find something good out of working out all the time, and like basically find something positive out of working out, like or whatever you're doing, a workout or like a lift or anything. Just like
try to find the silver lining.
Yeah, like feel happy about yourself when you're done doing it.
Yeah.
So
Okay. What is one person that had a tremendous impact on your life, whether that be a coach or a parent?
I'd say it's kind of a toss-up between both parents. Yeah, like my dad, definitely both, but like for my dad, he's always like pushed me to just like do better and keep getting better, like never be satisfied with what you're at, and keep pushing forward no matter where you're at with any time or weight or anything like that. And like for my mom, she's just like always someone I could talk to, like no matter what is going on, I could always talk to her. And like when I was in high school, it was like she would always sit on the couch and be watching something like later on, and my sister and my dad would be the ones to go to sleep early, and I would always just sit and talk with my mom for hours, just
what was going on
anything. Like we could just sit and talk forever. And that was like a hard adjustment for me for my first year in the dorms and like just college in general.
You call your mom a lot?
I was so close with like I still call her all the time, but I was so close with my family, and like I loved getting out, but that was kind of my hard adjustment at first. But I feel like that was just growing up, and I'd still talk to her on the phone. And
how'd you kind of work through that, being away from your family?
I'd call and I'd just kind of have to talk to myself, like tell yourself like this is part of growing up. Like I'm not gonna be there all the time.
Yeah.
So
would you say you're a mama's boy?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No problem with that.
Really close to my mom.
What is your mindset when it comes to stepping on the field?
Just try to do the best you can to help your team. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Like do whatever you can to help your team, like benefit your team in any aspect.
For sure. Where did you get your confidence from?
I'd say just like growing up with all the guys in my family, like they just kept you like up and never doubt yourself in things. And
are you really close to all your cousins? Do you have any older brothers? Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest, but like I have a lot of the guys in my family. So my dad has a lot of uncles.
Yeah.
And so it's all of my grandpa's brothers, my dad's brothers.
Yep.
And one of them's here right there right now.
That's your dad?
That's my Uncle Brad. That's my great uncle.
Okay.
But,
does he live here in Missoula?
Yes, he does.
Nice.
So that's obviously been nice to have. But like him and all of his brothers and my grandpa and my dad, like anyone that was ever big in football, like in our family, they like always just kind of like helped you keep the mindset to always like never doubt yourself and just keep doing what you can to get better and don't ever like look down on yourself and things like that. So
okay, what is a goal or dream that you have that most people wouldn't know about? This can be outside of sports. This can be career-wise.
I'd say just finish school and be able to make money later on. Like nothing like major really. No? Like
is there
small.
anything that you, when you go to bed, you dream about? Like, oh, this was, what's that one dream that people might not know about?
Yeah.
Gotta be one dream.
No, I don't know. Probably, but I don't know. I think about that all the time. I just always want to like everything to work out later on, be successful later on in life.
Yeah. Okay. If you could go back in time and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be? Like you get a second to say something to young Beau, and then you're out of there.
I'd say, oh gosh, I don't know.
Don't fuck up. Don't mess up.
Just always keep your head up.
Yeah.
Like things aren't always going to be perfect.
Right.
And like whenever if something doesn't go your way, don't look at anything different. Just keep your head up with everything, and nothing's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And just keep moving forward.
Sure.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road. Pump it up.
If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go? Excuse me, where would you go and why? Montana.
Gosh, right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like I don't know. I'm trying to think whether I'd want to. Like, if I had time to do it, I'd say like.
You have
Something I've always wanted to do is go like hunting in Alaska
Oh.
or fishing in Alaska.
They got
Just
good hunting up
that
there?
sort of what's that?
They got good hunting up there?
Yeah, like that's just I don't know. That's something. Those two sort of things. That's something me and my dad kind of always talked about doing at some point in our lives, and I don't know.
You ever been to Alaska or no? You've never been there? Oh.
Never been there.
I never have either. It's probably cold.
But yeah, I don't know. That's something my family's talked about a lot. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go to Tales from the Trenches. Recount a time when you had to make a clutch play in youth ball, high school, or college, and share what that moment was like.
I'd say for me, one I really remember well was when I played, like I mentioned earlier, when I played Billings Central my senior year.
Yeah, and you had your best game, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right before the game, like I kind of figured I'd be getting the ball a lot, but right before the game, we were warming up and my coach, our like offensive coordinator and my head coach like pulled me aside and I was like, "What's up?" And they're like, we need you to run the ball a lot today." And I was like, "Okay." And they're like, "No, like we need you a lot." And I was like, "All right." But
That made you nervous a little bit?
No, that was like probably the like I don't know, most confident I felt going into a game.
Oh, yeah.
Because right before that, a week or 3 days before that, my great grandma passed away.
Oh.
And I was like really like almost like like when you say like playing a game for her and stuff like that. It was like sort of something like that, but it was really tough because she passed away from COVID.
Oh.
So I couldn't see her when it happened.
Right.
So I remember during like the national anthem, like I remember this so well. During the national anthem, I was just thinking about her.
Yeah.
And
Your mind's
like,
not even on the game, huh?
no, I was just thinking about that, and then ended up having like my best game. So that's one I'll never forget, like my whole life.
You think your grandma was with you that game?
I thought so. Like I've always, I don't know. That one just, it almost shocked me. It was so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like I just turned my mind off and kind of went.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that crazy how like when you feel like you're thinking about the game the least, that's when
you go. Yep. I know.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Nah, it's all good.
How did you kind of work through that though?
Well,
During
I mean,
the week, what was it? Your initial emotions like? How did you kind of work through
I was obviously. I mean, it's obviously sad when you lose anyone in your family, but for me, I was just thankful that I knew her because it was my great grandma. So, like, so many people barely even get to know some of their grandparents.
Yeah. 100%.
So I was just so thankful I was able to know her. So that was like, it was somewhat out of the blue because she got sick, but it was also like I was just trying to focus on just moving forward and don't let it ruin your week and all that sort of thing. And it wasn't going to change like me playing and anything like that. It was just something you got to like when that things happen with that, even with family or anything, you just got to like move forward and move on. So everything was all right. It was kind of hard at school because she worked at the school when my dad was in high school.
Right.
So a lot of teachers that were there for a long time were like, kept saying like, "I'm sorry," and I was like,
keep bringing it back.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it's all good. But it was all right. I felt like I handled it pretty well, just because I thought about it once I kind of got older. I'm like, I'm not gonna know my great grandparents forever.
Yeah.
Like I'm just thankful to be able to know them.
Yeah.
So
it's a blessing for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. That one special play, without giving up too much schematically, what is your favorite play in football?
I'd say inside zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys all just love zone, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. What is that one breakthrough moment in high school where you knew this could be something that you do at the next level?
I'd say probably that game that I was talking about. Yeah,
that's
that. Because it just like gave me a lot of confidence from that point forward.
Yeah.
Like no matter what I was gonna do.
At that time, was Billings like the best team in the state? How were they?
I think we were like the 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Going into it, I don't really remember, but it was something similar to that. So.
For sure. Okay. Give us a time during your freshman year or when you were still a young guy when you realized you weren't in high school anymore. So somebody hit you.
I got a great story for this. So we were doing inside run.
Yep.
And it was really similar to Eli's because when he was telling this story last week, a week later, almost the exact same thing happened to me. So but I remember who I got hit by. I don't remember what it was. I probably didn't even know what the play was at the time. But I think it was just like a simple like inside zone or something. And I was trying to like split the gap between Pat O'Connell and Tyler Flink.
Ooh, not a good
And they hit
idea.
me on both sides. And I remember, like, when that hit happened, I was like, I didn't even think it was possible to get hit that hard. And I was ringing bad. And, like, right after we got subbed out and I was jogging back, and Coach Howe kind of laughed and he said, "You're not playing a Hardner Mile City anymore."
Did that kind of, were you loopy? Were you kind of limping?
I think my head was just kind of spinning, like just from a big hit, but I also was just like shocked. I was like, wow,
They just
that hurt.
Was there any other plays like that, or was that really the one that stands out?
No, that was the one I'll never forget because it was my first play on inside run too.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bad.
Ever?
Oh. My first fall camp, because me and Eli we kind of went in some things here and there our first year, and like the first couple days, and I remember he went, and then like a couple days later, I went, and it was almost like I remember him joking about the schools in like Minnesota, and he did the exact same thing to me. It was so funny, but yeah, I
Were you
remember
like
that.
running up high, or?
I don't know what I was doing, but I should have did something else.
Okay. Can you describe a player game when you had to dig deep mentally or physically?
I don't know. I'd say probably one of the maybe, I don't know. Might have been there was a couple games like early on in my senior year.
Yep.
So my junior year of track, I tore my hammy.
Oh.
So yeah, like short story about that, like track, we had COVID year, my sophomore year missed. Then junior year I felt so good going in and tore my hammy and was out that year.
Oh.
And I was able to come back like the last 2 weeks, but just barely, and I didn't feel that great. But going into that year of football, I was like, I felt good, like most of the, like our fall like camp thing and whatever. And a couple of our early games, we weren't playing too great at teams, but I didn't run that much, and I remember I could like still kind of feel it, and I kind of had to just grind through it. But those are the only two, like a couple of those that I remember I really had to like grind through. Yeah.
Man, it's interesting when you get your hammy, you always kind of feel it there. Like at least like the next year, I feel like it's there, not as there.
It was in middle of this year. I did the same thing to the other one. I got
this summer or something.
No, this it was the night or the day before Moorhead.
Moorhead. Oh.
Yeah. So we did like a rookie scrimmage, and like the first play, I like kicked to the outside, and when I like got banged up, my cleat like slipped, and I like fell into the splits, like when everyone fell on top of it. So I was on the bottom of the pile and just kind of felt it like kind of going. So that kind of was disappointing, just because we played the team we played the next day, and I couldn't do anything.
Damn. You would have got to play that game. Were you even suited up that game?
No, I was gonna, but I couldn't even jog, so he just had me go up in the
How did you work through that?
I just did went to the training room, did all that stuff until I was back and going again. But
How did that make you feel like emotionally?
oh, it was so hard. It was just tough that I was missing out on that game specifically because, like, I mean, after the game I was just like, I would have been playing that one. But yeah, is what it is. It's just like what I was talking about earlier. When things don't go your way, you can't just give up on it. You just got to keep going.
100%. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go to 2-minute drill.
All right.
Favorite football player growing up?
Troy Polamalu.
Why?
Just because I was never at this time, probably first grade.
Yeah.
I was just getting into really liking football, and I didn't know anything about the NFL yet.
Yeah.
And I remember I was at my grandpa's house, and we were watching Tennessee and Pittsburgh play, and it was a goal line play, and Troy Polamalu dove over, tackled the quarterback, and I was obsessed from that point on. And Steelers were a great team at the time, so I was just like, I don't know why I was so. What's that?
When were you born?
2003.
2003.
Yeah. So I don't know. After that, that was like my main team, and still is, and I was just obsessed with that from that point forward. Just because, I don't know. I thought it was so cool.
Okay. Who's the funniest teammate?
Eli Gilman, 100%.
Why do you think he's the funniest? Everybody said that.
He is like, he comes off as being really quiet.
Yeah.
And as soon as he's comfortable, he will just say hilarious things.
Yeah, just off the cuff.
That you'll never see coming. And I think what's so funny about Eli is he always keeps a straight face no matter what he says.
He never smiles.
Like if he gives in on smiling, it's because everyone else in the room's smiling.
Yeah.
Like laughing. So that's what Eli's hilarious.
Okay, favorite sport outside of football?
I don't know. I'd say I really love watching like track.
Track?
I don't know, you probably wouldn't hear that as much, but like that's a sport I took super serious and I love watching it.
What were your
basketball is something I really like watching too, but I could love watching sprints and stuff like that for track.
What were your events in track?
I did all the sprints and I did jumps for like the first couple of years.
Yeah.
So
who would you say is your favorite track athlete?
Like ever?
Yeah.
Well, I'd say Bolt for sure.
Yeah.
Just because it like, I don't know, I thought he was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
How he could, like I'm not saying I compared it when I was little, but he always would. I couldn't believe how he could always get beat coming out of the blocks and pass people.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know why I could do that when I was little. Like when I first started running track, we were in like middle school.
Yeah.
I had the worst start ever, always.
Yeah.
But I always could like chase people down.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd say that. But,
okay. Biggest football pet peeve?
I never really thought about this until
started asking everybody.
till I heard it earlier, but I'd probably have to agree with what Stevie said. The two mouthpieces.
Who does that? Does somebody in my gym do that?
Ever since I've seen anyone do it, I saw that. I don't know. I just never have understood what's the purpose of it.
I don't get it either. I've never even seen that.
Yeah.
Players throughout all of college, there's like a ton of players.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
Wow.
That makes sense to me.
Man. Favorite pregame song? You a no music guy too?
I don't know. I'm really random with music.
Yeah.
But like
you rock music, country music, hip hop?
All over.
Yep.
But my favorite type of music, it's not, I wouldn't say this is anything like really hype me up because that's super random.
Yep.
But any kind of like Pitbull gets me in the best mood ever. Like
for a game?
Just not for a game,
no.
But games just, I couldn't even tell you for a game.
Pitbull?
Yes. It gets me in the best mood of all time. in that like era of music too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
that, like,
I'm
early
always like
2010s?
yes, I'm like
Yeah.
always in the best mood ever when I'm listening to that music. But,
Okay. Are you a morning or night person?
I'd say it varies, but probably night.
Night.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite movie?
Lone Survivor.
Lone Survivor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've watched it. I don't know. I really like action movies,
Yeah.
but I thought
That's a great
like
flick.
I think I just love how it kind of really shows like what a lot of like people like serving our country like go through, and like I feel like a lot of like our world just sees a lot of like people in sports and thinks that's hard.
No, man.
And they have no idea like people are actually taking bullets and like literally laying down their lives just to
And it's
give
crazy
us
that's
what we
based on
have.
a true story.
That's also the reason I've just been obsessed with that sort of stuff ever since that came out.
Badass.
And I've been so like interested in like people's stories for like Navy SEALs and things. I just think it's cool. And I kind of try to like I think it's cool to see their mindset with things.
Yeah.
Like as a house one night, as a house we all watched Lone Survivor the night before our first winter condo of the year last year because we're like we cannot complain tomorrow about our workout when these guys are actually getting shot and they're not complaining at all. So I just think it shows a lot of like what you're a human is capable
it gives you
of
perspective.
doing. Yeah,
You
it's
think it's bad, but really.
yeah.
can be-
That's a great movie though.
Did you ever think about going to the military or anything?
No, I kind of did a little bit, but nothing really. Like my mom's dad, my grandpa on that side, he was a Green Beret, and
Sick.
we kind of talked about it at one point, like when I was really young in high school, but it's never really been something I've really planned on doing or anything. But I'll always have respect for people that do, because I think that's awesome.
Sure. Who's the best trash talker on the team?
I have no idea. I'd say, I don't know. I have no idea if this is true, but I, for some reason, keep hearing Tyrrell.
Yeah.
But I also hear X talk a lot.
Yeah.
Every once in a while. Yeah.
Okay. If you weren't playing football, what would you be doing?
I'm not too sure. Sometimes I think about this and I don't know if it would have, like I've always been like pushed to do like go to college and all that sort of thing, but I was always so focused on doing football that I don't know if I would have been like really motivated to do just school.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I might have still been in Billings or Laurel, but I don't know what I'd be doing. I thought for when COVID happened for us, it was like I had such an easy way through my junior and senior year.
Yeah.
When I first got into school, my freshman year here, it was like it was the first time doing school in 3 years.
Yeah, like actually being in class and stuff. Yeah.
It was like, because once you're a senior, everything's easy, and junior year was a lot of online stuff, so I don't know. But I thought football was really good for me to get like motivated on getting a degree and what I really wanted to do later on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Last one, or two more. Who's your biggest inspiration?
Probably say just my dad.
Dad.
Yeah, he's just, like I said earlier, he's just always like pushed me to just to be like as good as I can and not like be satisfied with basically like simple things and shoot higher.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Coffee or energy drinks, or neither?
Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes I do both.
Yeah.
Not at once, obviously,
No, right.
but I'd say both, honestly. I mean, sometimes energy drinks, but every once in a while coffee, I'd say.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's get into some Grizzly history. Let's see how well you know your Grizz. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Who has the most points scored in a career?
Shoot.
Think about all the positions. Think about who scores a lot. Somebody who might have scored a lot.
I think it's
What do you think? Are you talking more of a receiver then? Oh, are you talking? Oh gosh. Now I'm really wondering the
What were you
positions.
thinking? What were
I don't
you
know.
thinking?
At first I thought running back, but now I don't think so.
You're on the right track.
Gosh. God, I have no idea.
Get a lifeline?
Yeah.
It's not a kicker?
It is a kicker.
Dan Carpenter?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have said it. I was thinking it too. Gosh. I was just like, there's no way it's just consistently a kicker.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have known that one. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Who has the most points scored in a game?
Gosh, you keep saying, the way you're wording this, it's not involving the running backs. Is this a kicker or what, as well?
I think so. It doesn't say position on here.
Oh gosh, then I don't know.
I'll get you a running back next.
Most points scored in a game?
Yep.
I don't know.
Greg Eisman.
Oh, I wouldn't have got that one. When was that? Yeah.
It was in 1982.
Oh! Yeah, you would have knew that. I wouldn't know that.
30. 30? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. This is a running back now.
All right.
Most carries in a career.
Well, is it? Oh God, I think it's just between two.
There's probably 3 or 4 names you probably got on your head.
In a career.
In a career.
Running back from Alaska.
Alaska?
Can't remember his name.
Is it? Are you talking about Johanse?
No.
No.
No. Give you one more try.
Wait. Gosh. Most carries?
Most carries in a career.
I don't know. Is it Chase?
No. Lex Hilliard.
Oh! Gosh.
806. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Let's get one more. You got that number yet, Chase? Okay. Okay, here's a good one. Average yards per carry. And I think this is for a career. Yeah. Actually,
Did we do this one already?
no, I don't think we did this one. We didn't do this one.
Average yards per carry. Career.
We might have done this season.
No, we didn't do this one.
Maybe we did one for like the season.
Yeah, we did yards per game, yards rushing, average yards rushing per game.
What is this?
Average yards per carry.
Oh, per carry. Okay. Oh gosh.
This is way before our time.
Way before.
Yeah.
So, God, I wonder if I even know this name. Oh. You guys know?
I would say Johansson.
Does anybody in the crowd know?
I want Bo to go with his teammate, Eli Gilman.
Wait, can I get a year?
A year? 1953.
Oh!
1953.
Wait. Is it Dick Heimer?
Yes.
There we go.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah. Dick
It
Heimer.
was 8.17 yards per carry.
Yeah.
And then he also had the second best at 8.01 in 1954.
My great grandpa was his fullback.
Yeah?
His dad.
Okay.
That's why I knew that.
Yeah? Okay. You want one more?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I don't know if we've done this one. In a season, who has the most points scored in a season? I don't think we've done this one. This is a running back. Most points scored in a season.
The season?
In a season.
What?
Most points scored in a season.
It's gotta be close to
Johansson?
that.
It's gotta be.
It's close.
Close?
It is a running back.
What year?
Come on.
Yeah,
That's a
what I
big
wanna
giveaway.
know. I feel like it's just between those two right now.
Come on.
I think it's either Chase or Johansson.
What do you think, Talon?
No, it's Marcus Knight.
Gosh.
2019. Chase is at 2 and 3. So Marcus Knight scored 150 in 2019. Chase scored 144 in 09 and 138 in 08.
Oh,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember which one Marcus had. Nah.
Okay, well that's going to conclude our Grizz history. That's going to conclude Under the Helmet. Appreciate you both for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. We'll catch you guys next week. Appreciate you. Actually, Cat Grizz this week, so they'll have the Grizz.
Yeah.
We got Grizz Cat this week, so they're going to have actually the banquet this weekend, next weekend, so we won't be on the show, but appreciate you guys for tapping in.